All right, so let's get started, everybody. Let's start just streaming this live. And let's get moving on. All right, everyone. So let me just share the screen really quick. Give me a second here. All right. Screen one. There we go. All right, everybody. Just give me a chat back if you guys can see the screen okay. That's all we need to check, and we'll get started. Perfect. All right, everyone. Just one last thing. There we go. All right. So, everyone, my name is Fausto Pugliese, president founder of Cyber Trade University. And I'm going to basically talk about my favorite trading tools and how I use them in today's markets. Now, I don't know if anyone here has watched me for the first time. Please give me a chat back and let me know. Maybe this is your second or third time. If you're a student, let me know if you're a student. But always like to get to know everybody who is logged in. And we're going to basically cover how to trade today's volatile markets. We're going to talk about how to trade and how to look at things that are going on. And let me tell you, it's been a really exciting year. I mean, but last week we had some pretty good moving stocks, and we're going to show you some of them, and we're going to show you why people fail. Now, remember, the reason why people fail in today's markets is because they just don't know how to play the game. And I'm going to talk about how to play the game, but please keep in mind, just a quick little risk disclosure. I'm not making any guarantees or promises. You know, this all varies student to student. So just please be very smart and wise before you go out there and trade, because there is a very high risk in trading. Now, let's go right to the live markets. All right. And I want to kind of show you a couple of things here and show you what we're going to be talking about. All right. So here's our book viewer. And we're looking at the exchange. Could everyone see my execution system okay? Just let me know. All right, good. So basically, there were a couple of stocks that were moving this morning. And I want to kind of show you a little bit of some big runners and losers and everything else. There was this one stock today that made a nice little move today. Did anyone see the stock STOK right here? Anybody see this stock right here? Really, really nice move. You could see on the intraday, stock started around 9:30 this morning. Great little stock, had a big, big run up right around this $10. And it ran all the way to a whopping $16 by 11 o'clock. Now, did anybody here trade the stock or knew anything about it? Anything? Anyone here? I mean, that is a hell of a big move in a stock, right? Great run up. And you know what? It's okay if you said no, because there's 20,000 stocks out there. You probably don't know where to find them and where to look. Well, here you have a stock right here, had a big run. Now, how nice would it have been to come in this morning, find out about a stock called STOK, and it goes up, and you know what? You don't have to make the $4, $5, $6 on it. If you made $1 on it on 1,000 shares, you're talking $1,000, $250,000 salary. If you made 50 cents on 1,000 shares, $500, you know, $130,000 a year. But how do we know it's going to go up? How do we know it's going to continue to go up? Well, what we're going to talk about is how to follow big orders. And right here on the left-hand side, you'll notice that we're seeing all big buyers and all big sellers. And we're going to focus on the big block orders, you know, where we're seeing them. And you can see right here around $18, you have like a 13,000 shares, 8,000 shares. But you have like 100 shares, 200 share buyers. You got to understand something. What makes stocks go up and go down is buyers and sellers. Okay, big block orders. That's what runs up the stock. Now, what I want to also show you is something even more interesting here. Is a couple of interesting stocks that made some big moves. Now, was everyone familiar with the stock DJT? That was the President Trump stock that, you know, if you heard here on Monday, he had this big lawsuit. He got fined, and he got out of the fine, everything. Now, once again, if you like President Trump, you hate President Trump, traders don't care who or what. We are in the business to make money. Okay. Now, I want to show you something. I don't know if anyone here is subscribed to our channel, but I want to bring on my Instagram channel right here. And I want to play this video, a 60-second video. I don't know if anyone here is on my YouTube. Here's my YouTube channel. Everyone just click on it. Make sure you subscribe to it. But I just want to play this little video really quick. And if you read here in the bottom, news came out that his $500 million fine dropped down to 100 billion. I mean, to 100 million. So basically, his company was going public. I did a video on it, and a lot of our traders traded on it. And you could see here early morning, the stock had a really, really good pop early on. Then what happened is that the stock, as news came out, more and more people knew about it. It kept going higher, 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 higher. And now we're at $46. Sellers are getting done, getting executing. But could this really be good news for whatever happened to make the stock continue to go higher? And it sure did. And you could see it. Then we came to this big order of 58,000 right there. But guess what? This was all the day before, the day after, the day of. Stock goes all the way to $55. Now, the thing is this. Like I mentioned, if you are a fan of Trump, not a fan, it's not important. What's important is you're here to make money. And if you look right here, the next morning, they changed the stock symbol. And here's the stock symbol, DJT. And if you look right here in DJT, if I change it to a day chart, the stock ran to $72. Now we're talking about a stock. Let me go back to before they changed the symbol. You could see it right here. And you could see right here, it started right around 36. Okay. And then obviously it got halted. They changed the stock symbol, went from 52. And now the stock is trading up to a high of almost $80 a share. This was $71 a share. Now, the thing is, that's what trading is all about. Now, what I'm here to do and to tell you is I'm not here to tell you we're going to give you stock picks, because we don't do that here. We teach you how to figure it out on your own. What I'm here to do today is to teach you how to trade the right way, how to go into the market and how to trade today's volatile markets. So basically, the thing we're going to cover is following smart money, why 90% of traders struggle, basically, how to trade, stocks, using, options and puts and calls, what makes these big iceberg orders, and how to read charts very correctly. Now, for some of you who don't know who I am, let me just kind of reiterate how I got started. I'm actually 52 years old. I've been doing this for 30 years. We're the longest running school in the industry. We're endorsed by every brokerage firm in the industry. We have a five-star rating on Google. Why is that? Because I teach you how to trade like today's volatile market makers. I was a market maker living in New York. I live in New York. I still live in New York. I'm surrounded by some of the best traders. Great traders surround themselves, how to trade. And what you're about to witness today, ladies and gentlemen, is that a lot of you here are reading charts backwards. You're all looking at indicators. You're all going out there trying to follow big orders. And listen to tell people what's going up and go down. You need to know why they're going up and down. That's how you trade. Now, if you stick around to the end, everyone, I'm going to give you access to my book. You can go to Amazon. You could buy it, How to Beat Market Makers That Own a Game. It's the #1 bestseller. You could pay me $74. I'll be happy to take your $74. If not, I'll give it to you for free. Just sticking around to the end. Okay. Hopefully that's going to be worth your while. Now, I'm also featured at NASDAQ. I do a lot of presentations regarding about the book viewer. I'm going to spend a lot of time talking about it because this is the first step of a beginner trader. If you want to know how to follow money, if you want to know how to follow orders, you want to know where BlackRock is, you want to know where institutions are, Goldman Sachs, this is where it all starts. Because I was actually one of the beta testers that started this 30 years ago. Now, over the years, I'm first generation Italian. This is my parents came over here with $20 in their pocket. And my dad always taught me, he says, listen, America is the country of opportunity. If you want to be good at something you like, you have to surround yourself with people that are great at what they do. And let me tell you, being an ignorant 22-year-old kid, I didn't listen to my father. I ended up doing it on my own, and I blew up 2 accounts. I don't want you to be that person, okay? And if you did do it, hopefully this will be your last time that you do that again, because it's about following the money. Because once again, I'm not here to talk about myself and tell you how great I am. This is about you. And what's about you is going out there and learning how to trade. And by learning how to trade, it's going to teach you how to invest in the market. Now, my question to everybody here is this: Have any of you been trained by professionals? Have you taken any training courses? Just give me a quick yes or no. Larry, what drew my attention to that stock? That's a great question. That's what basically the news. And knowing that he was a public company and knowing that I saw other institutions jumping in and running up the stock, that's what drew me to it. And once again, if you go to and subscribe to my YouTube channel, you can watch that video and you'll learn more about it. All right, so lots of training you took in, Thomas. A lot of no's. Okay, well, listen, but I got a lot of yeses. Great. Well, let me tell you one thing. If you did learn from someone, great traders never stop learning. So that's the best thing that we're going to do. So my question, we always ask everybody is, what did you buy and sell this week so far? Did you trade this week? Did you make money? Did you lose money? Well, let me talk about a stock called CGC. This was a stock that we traded this week. Beautiful running up stock. Look at this stock, what it did today. Okay, I mean on this day, this week. It ran from $5 from 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock, ran to 740. Okay. Now, regardless of where it is today or yesterday, what matters is where was it on that day? And if you don't believe me, you can go back and you could watch our YouTube channel. You can log into our X, and all these stocks are all listed on there. Okay. Now, but there was other stocks out there that made big moves. VERI. Did you hear about that stock? This one ran from $3 to $5. So it wasn't even an expensive stock. Now, some of you, I hope you don't get discouraged, be like, okay, what is this, a penny stock webinar? No, this is a webinar to teach you that you're risking more than you should. You're here to risk the least amount of money as possible to high amount of reward. How do I know that? Because I was a market maker. I was trained by these people. You're not going to beat the biggest and most expensive stocks out there. Like one of you asked me about NVIDIA. You want to go trade a $900 stock? Go ahead. As a business decision, I'd rather trade this stock. A lot less risk, more reward. Because at the end of the day, it's all about making money. And you know what? They'll continue to go higher, like VERI, next day ran to 610, and so on. Now you're likely thinking something like, well, how did I miss 70% of these gainers, like TWO, right? I mean, how did I miss them? Well, the reason why you're missing them is because you don't have the proper trading tools. Everyone out there wants to go out there and, opening up different brokerage firms and, getting subscriptions to these chart tools and stuff like that. I want to give you my secret weapon. Okay. And these are my tools, my toolbox. Now, the tools I'm giving you is the same exact tools that market makers use every day. And who's the best traders in the world? Trading firms. How do I know that? Because I work there. And this is all we work off: a scanner, a chart, and an order book. Okay. I was taught something that was called tape reading. If you can read my book, or if you read other books that talk about what is tape reading. Tape reading is with just following orders, where the big orders are on a stock, which causes supports and resistance levels. Now, the first tool I want to cover is the scanner. Now, the scanner is everyone has access to a scanner. A scanner basically is a big percentage gainers and losers list. Basically tells you where the big buyers and sellers are. That's basically all it is. By knowing where the big and knowing what stocks are moving in the market. By knowing what's moving in the market for the day, that's how you find it. Like one of you just asked me, how did you know about the Trump stock? Well, that was easy. It was on the biggest percentage gainers list. Now, some of you are probably asking, well, how'd you know it was going to continue to go up? Well, that's what we're going to talk about next. But finding them is easy. You know what the hard part is? Picking the one that's going to give you the least amount of risk with the high amount of reward. So what we usually do here at Cybertrain University is that when we train our students, and hopefully you will be one of them, because I'm going to invite every single one of you to come watch us practice what we preach for one whole week on how we trade these markets by finding these stocks. And the main thing we're going to teach you, where half of the people fail, is they trade stocks that are not tradable. And what do I mean by that? It's what we call the 3 T's. What are the 3 T's, you ask? Tradable, trend, and track. The first T is basically, is the stock tradable? Meaning, does it have a good spread? Does it have good buyers and sellers? Has good volatility? And I can tell you this, 95% of the traders that some of you in right now, when you come in my trading room, you're going to fall off your chair and be like, you probably had no idea that stock was as volatile as it was. And that's why scanning and going through and finding out what is POL, what is PRZO, why is this up 161%? What are these stocks right here? Who's running them up? These are things that you need to understand that we're going to teach you in the trading room. And not only that, you can go short. Whatever goes up must come down. And that's another big thing that we look at. So the next thing that's in our tool, which I know everybody's a fan of, is charts. Now, I could almost guarantee a lot of you reading charts backwards. I don't care how much money you spent. I don't care how much indicators you use. You're reading them backwards. You know why why you're reading them backwards? Because everybody's here looking for supports and resistance levels. Listen to me carefully. Do you know what makes a support and resistance levels? I'm going to ask you guys a question. Okay, I want to see how all you answer this question. Does anyone here know what makes a support resistance level? Let's see how you answer this question. I'm going to wait here and watch. Gene, you're right. Bill, you're right. Well, you're a student, so that doesn't count. Joe, you're right. Mike, you're wrong. Bill, you're wrong. Michael, you're right. Timothy, you're right. Big orders, buyers and sellers. Now, you want to know how I'm going to teach you why you're reading charts backwards? Do you see buyers and sellers on a chart? Yes or no? Exactly. And do you think that just because you saw support and resistance in the past is going to be indicative of the future? Because you know what? If those orders were not in the past, in the future, the past is irrelevant because stocks get broken support and resistance levels all the time. Now, setting up the chart, I always set up my charts as 1 minute and 5 minutes. People like, why like a 5-minute chart? Well, you know what? When you watch a 5-minute chart, you're 5 minutes behind. Okay, so just keep that in mind. And then I like to look at a daily chart so I get an idea of where the stock was a little bit further and so on. So setting them up is pretty, we'll go through this live in our trading room when you come in there. But just finding them, is not just all about trading them. Now you just need to know where to get in and get out of them. By doing that, you need to have one of the most important tools are out there, which is the data. Now, who here has level 2 quotes? Anyone here use level 2 quotes? Timothy, high frequency trade professional short sellers move back and down the large institutions purchase levels. Well, listen, we didn't get to there yet. We're gonna cover that. Now, if you have level 2, I got some bad news. It's been outdated since the 90s. By the way, what does level 2 cost? Nothing. It's free. That's exactly what it's worth. Okay. And some of you are probably looking at this and probably say, you know what? I see it moving. I see data. Big deal. What you really need is this. Okay. What you really need is something called NASDAQ Book Viewer. That's the really big tool in the toolbox. Now, I'm going to be coming out with a video by tomorrow, how to get it and download it. But if anybody here wants to know where to get it, I'm going to give you my email address so you guys can cut the line. Just email me, Fausto, PSCTU Corp, and I'll give you a detailed instructions how to get it. But let's talk about what basically we're looking at. We're seeing all the buyers out there, and we're seeing all the sellers. We're seeing every order at every single price. So let's think about that for a second. By seeing all these buyers and sellers out there at each specific price, that is what's going to tell us and give us a sense of direction where the big block orders are. Because that's what we need to find. Where are the big iceberg orders? Where are the 46,000 buyers for 1,300 orders out there? Because that's what makes support levels. That's what we're going to look for. My email address, it's right there. I'll post a copy. I got my staff in there. They'll put it in for you. There you go. Thanks a lot. So let me just erase this. Let me go over a couple of more slides here. Now, let me show you how we utilize this. So basically, you got the buy orders, you got the sell orders. You got the bid price, the amount of shares, and how many orders make up that shares. Whoever wants to buy the stock for the most amount of money is up on top. Whoever wants to buy for less money is down at the bottom, like we see this big one right here down at 170, 150. So you're looking at about 50% of the volume in the entire market. Now, let's think about that, what I just said. 50% of the market? How much smarter and better trading decisions if you were able to see 50% of the market out there? That's what trading is all about. Now, let's tie it in with a chart. Let's look at this example, AMD. AMD started at 179. It came all the way back down, and it decided to stop at 175. Why did it stop at 175 and went back to 177? Well, it must have had something to do about this big buyer at the bid for 44,000 shares. See what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen? That's how you basically follow the orders. That's how you basically follow the money. It's not the 300 share buyer or the 600 share buyer or not even the 1,000. It's the 44,000. Now let's look at another example on a resistance levels. Look what I wrote up on top. Sellers equal resistance. Remember I said you guys read backwards? You're looking for resistance, but you're not looking, and then equals sellers. Well, that's the opposite way of reading it. You can't have resistance without sellers. And in this Tesla trade, you could see how the stock went from 166 all the way up to 175. And then after like, I don't know, 11, 12, 1, didn't ever want to go past 175. It just sat there and actually started dwindling down. Why is that? Maybe, just maybe because, I don't know, 163,000 shares are looking to be sold at that price. And there are 1,000 orders out there. Look at that number carefully. Think about this for a second. How much smarter and better trading decisions if you just had something that just told you to do that? Now, do you want to be ignorant or do you want to trade smart? Because the smart money is where the orders are. Let's go over a few more examples and some better ones. Okay, let's look at Apple, for example. So we have Apple that's trending down, right? What's the first thing we need to know? Oh, let's look at the past. Let's look at support. Well, great. How about just going right and see where the orders are? And right away, without even looking at a chart or an indicator or anything else, I look on the buy side. I work my way down, 170,000 shares, 4,000, about 5,000 orders out there at 170. What do you think is going to happen at 170, everyone? When we get down to that price? What do you think is going to happen? Stock going to go up or go down? Thank you. Mike, you're up. Margaret, you're right. All of it. We didn't get to spoofing yet. It's going to go up. And it's so funny how all of you said it's going to go up. You didn't even look at a chart yet, right? Well, look what happened when we implement the chart. Hit the support level and went right back up. Okay. Now, regarding about spoofing, I just want to bring that up. First of all, is spoofing legal? Are you allowed to spoof? Anyone here know about spoofing? Spoofing basically saying putting fake orders out there. No, it's completely illegal. If you get caught, you're going to find millions and millions of dollars. Let me explain something to you about trading, fellow traders. If you feel, and I'm going to save you some time, you could probably log out right now. And And please don't take it in a bad way that I'm a little brash, but I'm just being very honest. I was just raised that way. Okay. Um, I don't like to give any fluff. I don't like to, pat people on the back. You know what? When you lose money, I don't need a pat on the back. I got to make sure I don't do it again. And that's what I'm trying to pass on to you. So let me kind of explain something to you. If you feel that you're in a business where you're dealing with liars and cheaters and thieves, what are you doing in this business? Why even bother? Go back to work at McDonald's. You know what I mean? There's a lot of money to be made in here. The biggest, richest people in the world, the top 100 billionaires in the industry are in the finance industry. It's not Bezos. He's the richest person, but not everyone that's in the business with Bezos in is the richest person. Okay. Everybody's in finance. Okay. That's where it comes down to it. Your issue is you just don't know how to play the game. So I don't know what you're reading on the internet or videos. Everyone would like to put fear in your eyes. I just tell you how to play the game. And how do I know that? Well, first of all, who's the person that told you that? How did they know about it? Were they a market maker? You know what I mean? Like, just got to play the game. That's all. And sorry if I'm going a little bit over and beyond with that, but I love that question. I get it all the time. And I really like to be clear on it because some of the people here are just need to know the truth. So when it comes to trading, I have a question to ask everyone. Did I lose anybody yet? Anybody get lost? Well, regarding about futures, Timothy, and I love your questions and stuff like that. Listen, if you're doing something like I mentioned earlier, if you heard what I said, um, if you're not making money within 3 to 6 months, you got two issues. You had someone that didn't teach you well, or two, it's not your style. And that goes for anything, options, anything else. Now, how about resistance? Let's talk about resistance levels. So here we have Coinbase going up, great runner up, right? Everyone know Coinbase, everybody's following Bitcoin and everything, been on a huge rally. You could trade stocks too. Well, the thing is, listen, nothing keeps going up forever. We're going to hit resistance levels. Well, when we get around 270, Coinbase got his 92,000 share seller out there. And by the way, getting back to the spoofing, Timothy, and I'm trying to bring this up. I'm not picking on you, but you had some great questions. Do you think 318 people are on cahoots with each other? Because that would be absolutely amazing. I'd never seen that before. I've been doing it for 30 years. Number two, if anybody questions me that you think this is fake, well, when I will invite you into my trading room, what we'll do is this. I'll find a 92,000 share seller out there with 300 orders, and we'll use your money, and we'll see how fake it is. You want to take that bet? No problem. I'm just playing with you, Timothy. I'm not, you got great questions. And the reason why a lot of people lose money in trading, and that's why I'm trying to give you the facts. Okay. And a lot of people don't sometimes need to hear the truth because they get the wrong information about how to trade. Now, getting back to this Coinbase, if you didn't see that resistance levels and you had it here at 250, you had a $20 profit and you didn't take it, guess what? You just convert a winner to maybe a big loser. And that's what ends up happening. Where does it come down to? Following the money. Now, who here wants book viewer? Who here wants to get it? Now, I'm not going to tell you the website. You can go to NASDAQ. You can go buy it and waste your time. What's going to end up happening, take my email address. Let me email you. Just write Fausto, send me book viewer. Do it right now as we speak, okay, because it's fresh in your mind. Or write it down on a piece of paper. Okay, I don't know if you have the email up and running. But I want to give you guys a good workshop. I got a whole series of workshops that I did that I just started this week, a whole new series of them. And I want to send them to you. Because you know what? The worst thing that could happen, everyone can go out there and they're like, oh, Fausto told me this and Cybertrade. Let me go out and do it on my own. Listen, you know what? It's like saying, hey, I heard you could drive a car. And I'm like, let me teach you how to drive it. Oh, no, I'm just going to buy it and drive it. Yeah, well, let's see how that works for the 18-year-old kid and see if you just gave him the keys to his coffin. You gotta let us just teach you to do it the right way. Now, how can we learn more about, how can we see more of these things? Well, not too much to ask, right? Everybody here is going to be invited into my trading room. That's basically what I want to do. And everything that we talk about, everything that I mentioned to you, you're all going to get access to this data live. And not only that, but you're going to meet people just like, just like you, no matter if you're new, veteran, whatever it is, we treat everyone the same. You're going to get to meet people just like you that are trying to do this. And the thing that we teach you more than anything is this. We don't tell you what to buy and sell. We teach you how to buy and sell. We don't show you winners. We teach you how to stop losing. It's called money management. That's how everyone blows up their account. Everybody likes to show off money. By the way, if you see people on the internet showing you cash and, hey, look at this stock and that stock, you know what? That doesn't make you money. You know what makes you money? Someone teaching you how to stop losing it. You have to learn how to stop losing first before you can start making money. So if everyone here can get an opportunity, I want you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Make sure you ring the bell, give us a thumbs up. We do alerts. We're live every single morning. We give live audio broadcasts, everything else. And then if everything, listen, you want to break yourself in, maybe you're not ready, whatever it is, it's a good way to get started. But I want you to get into my trading room. Now, before I do that, I just want to go to the markets really quick. Just one last thing before I want to do it, before we call it a day. All right. And get you guys registered. I want to show you one more thing. It's called level 4. Now, has anyone ever seen level 4 before? Anyone see level 4? So I want to bring up a stock like Tesla. Anyone here do some swing trading? Okay. So look at Tesla right here. You see this little red line right here? You are seeing right now, we are approaching a 130,000 share seller. And he's been holding down this stock since 11 o'clock. Now, if that seller gets done for 124,000, guess what? The next seller is going to be at 182 for 69, then 185 for 150, and then 190 for another 130. So you could see like, well, is this 3,000 share seller going to make resistance? Well, probably more than yours. You're probably not going to buy 3,000 shares, but you know what? Is it when you're dealing with the entire world with all those orders out there, those are the orders you want to look for. Remember the stock Suns I was telling you about? Look at this seller for 500,000 shares at $10. Okay, you want to see something pretty interesting? Look at this. What happened when the stock hit 10? Right here. Everybody see that? What happened when it hit 10 back here on this day of 3/14? What did it do? Did it go up or go down? It's a simple question, everyone. What did it do when it hit this high right here? It went down. Okay. You know why it went down? Because this seller's been out there ever since for 500,000 shares. If you knew you were coming up to a 500,000 share buyer, would you want to own the stock? I don't think so. Now, look where we're over here on the buy side. Look at these red lines at $5 and $4. 545,000, 100,000, 140,000, 630,000. We're looking at resistance levels, right? How about the support levels? Let's blow this up. What do you know? See big support levels at this price right here? You know what? Let me kind of help out with the drawings over here. Right there, right there, right there. Do I need to spell it out any more than that? So if you want to know why support levels are there, well, maybe because those buyers are right there. And you know what? If it breaks 5, and you want to know why this right here is a resistance levels, once you break a resistance support, well, why is it support? Well, maybe because it's 600 81,000 shares out there. Now, does that seem hard? Did that seem confusing? Think about it. Wouldn't it be great if you were a swing trader right now and knew that you knew where the support resistance levels on the stock long term? These are things that we teach you at Cybertrade University. This is what makes you, this is what I teach you how to read the future. And it's just not me, fellow traders. This is how Wall Street trades. And if you're not trading like this, you're trading blind. And that's why you would, if you're ever in a webinar, you will never, I can guarantee you, will ever see so many brokerage firms and exchanges endorsing a school like Cybertrade University. And I could almost guarantee that when you look on a Google review on any school that trained you, you will never see a 5-star rating. And number two, you might not even see a rating because their rating was so bad that you could technically take it down. So my advice to everybody here is this. Everybody here has to learn from somebody, okay? You might learn from a few people. And if you are learning from someone now, why don't you find out who endorses them? Why don't you find out and check out the Better Business Bureau, check out their Google reviews, okay? And let me tell you, there's a lot of hatreds out there, you know? And there are a lot of jealous people out there. So you could read some good things about people and bad things about people. But let me tell you something. These brokerage firms, they do their due diligence. They have a lot more to lose than us. If they did their homework, guess what? They did it for you. Now, what I want to do is I want to invite all of you guys to come to my trading room. And I'm gonna invite you for one whole week. And what we're going to do in that week is we're going to have live commentary from 9 a.m. to 10:30. And we're going to have some live commentary going into the afternoon. We're going to trade the most volatile times, no matter where you are in the world, no matter what time you're watching the show, 2:30 to 4 o'clock, we're going to be there live. Now, we also have very famous gurus that will come on. You have Tom Sosnoff coming on in 2 weeks, the founder of Thinkorswim from Tasty Trade, personal good friend of mine. You know, they just, you know, Adam Mesh. I mean, we have people, Trade Station, Dr. J. All these people are good friends of mine. They love talking and educating, you know, and they know that we, you know, they always come on Cybertrade University, and you'll be able to meet on an exclusivity being in their webinars and talking to them directly. Now, this is all I'm asking for. $9 to do this trial. $9 is a ridiculous amount of money. Why am I charging $9? Because I'll tell you why. I'm not looking for free people. If you're somebody that's looking for free stuff, you're in the wrong business. All right. There's no free lunches out there. There's no such thing as free employees. And you know what? The people that want free stuff obviously are not very good at it. Okay. You might think like, oh, but they this free, that free. I just always kind of ask everyone, how do you make money? By the way, if anyone ever gives you free stuff, always kind of ask. My dad always taught me this. I'm going to pass this on to you. When someone offers you something for free, you guys got to ask them a question. So how do you make money? I mean, you're giving this for free. Is it like a entitlement or something? Or like, I don't know. I'm just curious. So, but I'm not asking for $900 or $9,000. All I'm asking for, if you're a real person, and this is basically an application fee for you to come into my trading room. And by doing that, you guys are going to get a lot of great stuff for $9. Basically, I'm going to give you my book. So you're going to get it for free. It's a $47 value on Amazon. It's published by Wiley. It's a color book. You're going to get that for free. Okay. You're going to get also workshops. You're going to also get a trader's work library. And as a bonus, I am going to give one last gift. Whoever registers right now, I will personally go on the phone with you and give you a personal coaching class. Now, why would I do that? I'll tell you why. The reason why I'm here is I'm not here to make $9. I'm here to recruit traders I could train that could be part of my team. So I need to interview some of you here. And basically, by knowing if you guys like what you do and you see what we do and if you feel that this is something that you want to do, we'll have that conversation. Okay? Because I don't want to waste your time. You won't want to waste my time if this is not for you or not. But the $9 an application to get into the room, You're going to be part of the team. You're going to see what everyone's buying and selling. You're going to see how they think for themselves. If there's something that want to do, we're going to have that great conversation. And then guess what? If it's not for you, fellow traders, I'll give you your money back. I don't need your $9. Okay. So all this, everything to teach you level 3, level 4, how to find stocks, seeing, like one of you mentioned to me, how did you find DWAC, the Trump stock, or Sonos? How did you know it was going down? How did you find that other stock that was running up? We're going to show it to you all live in the market because we practice what we preach. Now, if anyone here has any questions, feel free to kind of just put in the chat room. I wish I knew this before. I dropped 11,000 online trading academy back in 2021. You know what, Timothy? Listen, I had people that dropped 50,000 OTA. Okay, listen, they're a good company to understand the basics, but on the other hand, they're a franchise. Okay, listen, I dumped $250,000 for my son to go to college. You got a deal, okay? All right. So, did he really learn anything out there? He's having a good time. I mean, it helped him get his feet, in the door and certain things. But did it really teach him for his career? It all comes from, surrounding yourself with the right people. And you know what? If it really worked out for you, you probably wouldn't be here anyway. So look at it as an investment. Sometimes you got to take a couple of classes before you find the right person. You know what I mean? So don't mind that. What else? Wow, this is great. A lot of great questions here. Dropped a lot on others. So yeah. Well, listen, question I have coming up across here is how much money do I need to trade? You know how much money you need? $9. That's it. $9. You don't need 900, 9,000. No, Mike, you don't need a brokerage account. We don't want you to trade. That's the last thing you want to do. You just want to come into the room and you want to see how Margaret and Lita and Grant Brockway and Andrea, from Canada, all these people around the world, and see how they would just like you, how they started, if it's for them or not. Abdul, thank you very much for sharing that. Abdul's a student here at Cyber Trading University. Couldn't be happier. Thanks a lot, Abdul. I'm going to share that. Just if the staff could just copy some students are here. And you know what? Our students are here for one reason. They're here because they know that they were you, and they're looking to recruit traders themselves because, trading's not a full-time job. So only about 20% of the traders in the room at a given time, because some people live in different time zones. But when they are there, and we feel that you're qualified to trade, believe me, they're going to be there to help you to succeed, because if you're a good trader, 2 eyes are better than 1. All you got to do is click on that link right there, or take your phone and scan that QR code. Now, a couple of the things too, ladies and gentlemen. When you register, just want to kind of give you a little heads up. We're going to ask you 5 very important questions. Let us know if you've taken any training from anybody. Do you have level 3 quotes? Just a couple of simple questions. And then the next thing you're going to be clicked onto is you're going to need to make an appointment with one of the education advisors. You're going to be able to talk to our staff. I know people spent thousands of dollars. You never even knew that you even talk to anybody. But no, we have a whole sales staff. We have a whole education staff. And you know what? They're going to walk you through the portal page. We want you to have a great experience. You want to make sure you know what you're getting yourself involved in. That's a difference. We're really big when it comes to customer service. That's why we have a 5-star rating on Google. And that's why we're endorsed by all these brokerage firms. Because if we could teach you how to do things right, believe me, we make your life a lot easier for them. Does book where you show New York Stock Exchange? Yes, it does, Steve. I don't know who trained you, but you could trade. It's not NASDAQ is not the NASDAQ market anymore. It's a global market. You could trade every stock on every single exchange. Some stocks trade more volume at other exchanges, but it's a global market. So it's not a dumb question. Okay. That's a great question. But I'm bringing that up because that just shows that you need help. If you didn't know that, that means somebody didn't teach you how to trade. These are questions that you need to be answered so you know how to trade the market. If I can't be there at 7:30 a.m. at my time, is it worth it? John, you don't have to be here at 7:30. You could be at 7 at night. The market is open from 8 a.m. in the morning. We do a lot of pre-market trading till about 4:30 in the afternoon Eastern time. There's going to be a time when you could show up. Don't worry about it. Okay. Any other questions? By the way, I'm getting dinged on my phone a lot. I'm getting a lot of registrations. I want to do a couple of shout outs really quick and thank some of the people that are here that registering. So far, Scott Rogers from Wisconsin, I got your registration. Welcome aboard. Look forward to seeing you in the trading room. Jim Gray from North Carolina, just got your registration. Welcome aboard. Tamaria Collins from Richmond, Virginia. Welcome. Who else we got here? I see all you guys are registering in here. Bishop with him. I hope I didn't mangle that. I apologize if I did. From California, got your registration. Lance from Chicago. Welcome aboard. Bill from Buffalo, New York. Ooh, Buffalo fan, hopefully. Right here. Welcome aboard. Guys, listen, I only could do 20 people for the coaching, but if you do go over, I know we have I don't know how many people are in this room right here. You got close to over 100. But if I can't talk to everyone, don't worry about it. I will be able to still talk to all of you. We have other instructors here that'll be able to pick up the call and talk from there. You already have a one-on-one, Jacqueline, set up with me? Great. Good. I look forward to talking to you, Jacqueline. And hopefully we can make you part of the team. Welcome aboard. Oh, my phone keeps pinging. Oh, hopefully everybody hears that. That's what I want to hear. I'm glad I got everyone's attention. And then also, too, everybody, when you do register, we're going to give you access to an exclusivity on our YouTube channel and in our portal page to get some of these great quick little videos, workshops. People love the workshops. They're fast, they're easy. And then when you go follow and watch our 60 seconds, your Instagrams, our Twitters, our shorts on YouTube, they're going to make so much sense. You're going to be like, damn, how did you find that one? How did you find that one? And it's going to be very addicting. When you're going to, and let me tell you something, when you lose money, you're not going to be disgruntled. You're going to be pissed off. You're going to be like, you know what? They got me. That's fine, but you're not going to quit. What you're going to do is you're going to learn. You're going to learn that so it doesn't happen again. That's what we need to teach you. That's what I'm planning on next week. I think this will be great. Chris, welcome aboard. You got Good Friday that's starting this week. So the market is closed. We're going to extend it an extra day, but do me a favor. If it's fresh in your mind, get in the room as soon as possible. There's been a lot of fun going on. Okay. Good to hear. Excellent. All right. A couple more shout outs I want to do here. Then a lot of people are registering. Who do we got going on here? I got Jan from British Columbia, Canada. Welcome, Canadian. I could tell you, what I said your name is? Jan. We got like 20% of traders in our room all from Canada. So you're going to meet some really good Canadians. I know that some of you have issues with brokerage firms up there and stuff. I've been going to Canada for the past 20 years. I'll be up there. I'm actually coming up in September for a Traders Challenge. So I don't know, in Toronto, finally found someone that want to do a competition with me. So look forward to that. So hopefully we'll get to meet sooner than later. Steve R. from Las Vegas. Been there Vegas many times. Who else we got? A bunch of people here registering. Who else we got here? Just got yours. Yours just came in right now. Robert C. from Calgary. Beautiful. Been to Banff many times. I've been to Canada so many times. Love it. Ever heard of a town called Kelowna? Make great ice wine. Scott Z from Oklahoma. Just got your registration. Who else we got here? Coming across. Ping Ling Jing from New York, from the city, from Manhattan. Welcome aboard. What else we got going on here? Carly B from Rockville, Ohio. And Mohammed from California, West Hills. All right, guys. So I got to get ready. I want to go back to the trading room. Listen, it's gonna get kind of slow tomorrow because the big holiday, Good Friday. A lot of people starting to hit vacation. I'm heading over to Florida, see my in-laws and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to meeting with them. I haven't seen them in a little while. But what's great about this job, you can do it anywhere in the world. That's what I love about it. So with that said, everybody, if you didn't register, please listen. Maybe you're not ready, whatever it is, that's fine. But you know what you got to do, please? Go learn. Okay. Watch our videos, subscribe to our channels. You know, if you're not ready, it's great. Listen, we're not asking for a lot of money. We're talking about $9. If you look at all this stuff you're going to get, let me just show you all this great stuff you're getting. Here's your last chance. Traders Talk Ivor, workshops, live trading in the room, you know, coaching with me. Go out there, do something. You know what I mean? But you don't have to spend a lot of money in trading. Okay. And a lot of you here got the wrong brokerage account. You know, you're trading in an industry in options, maybe not making money with it. Someone's teaching different styles. Listen, you don't have to be a stock trader not to love to trade the stock market. Some of you say, well, I trade futures and I want to learn futures. You know what? When you turn on the TV every day, what do they talk about? They don't talk about futures. They talk about the stock market. They don't talk about options. They talk about the stock market. But you know what does make those things move? The stock market. So if you're a good stock trader, you'll be a better futures trader, a better crypto trader, a better options trader, and then, which a lot of you are, a better investor and a swing trader. So with that said, fellow traders, thank you so much for being here. I look forward to seeing you all in the trading room. For everybody else, I wish everyone a happy Easter, a good Friday, and trade safe. All right. And I'll, once again, and make sure you book your appointment. They book up pretty fast. So try to pick your time slot. If you don't know what time slot you want to pick, just pick anything. You'll talk to an education advisor to convert it. And they'll be happy to change it for you. Just lock something in and just book any time. Doesn't matter. Just take something, even if it's not the right time, and you can always change it later. All right. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Margaret. Thanks, guys, for being here. Thanks, Timothy. Look forward to seeing you in the trading room. I saw you registered. Look forward to seeing you then. And Chris and all of you. And the staff, thank you very much for making this very successful. Good luck, everyone. And once again, enjoy your weekend. Happy Easter.